Everyone left him alone, except the hospital cleaner. At 11:40 p.m., the hospital corridor was almost empty. Inside a small room, 45-year-old Stephen lay unconscious, connected to machines that quietly kept him alive. His family had already gone home. They had been there for hours, but eventually exhaustion forced them to leave. The doctors had done everything they could. Now all anyone could do was wait. But one person refused to simply walk past. His name was Kenneth. He was a hospital cleaner. Every night, Kenneth passed Stephen's room while doing his work. He wasn't a doctor. He couldn't give Stephen medicine. He couldn't make him wake up. But he could make sure Stephen didn't feel completely forgotten. So Kenneth stopped outside his room every night. He straightened the chair, adjusted Stephen's blanket, closed the curtains, and sometimes he simply stood there for a moment before continuing his work. For 6 nights, nobody noticed. Then, on the 7th morning, something changed. Stephen opened his eyes. Weak and confused, he slowly looked around the room. The first person he saw was Kenneth cleaning the floor outside his door. Stephen eventually learned that his family had been contacted, but they lived several hours away and couldn't arrive immediately. Then he discovered what Kenneth had been doing. Kenneth had stayed because years earlier, his own father had died alone in a hospital room. He still remembered that empty room, the silence, the feeling that nobody was there, and he couldn't bear the thought of another person experiencing that same loneliness. Months later, Stephen returned to the hospital. But this time, he wasn't a patient. He came looking for Kenneth. Stephen had recovered and built a small company. He wanted Kenneth to leave the night shift and work with him. Kenneth couldn't understand why. Then Stephen showed him a photograph. It was a picture of the two of them standing in the hospital corridor. Underneath it were simple words. "You stayed when everyone else had to leave." Kenneth's eyes filled with tears. Because Stephen hadn't remembered the medicine, he hadn't remembered the machines, he remembered the man who simply stayed. Moral: sometimes you don't need the power to save someone's life. Your presence alone can remind them that their life still matters. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more emotional stories and powerful life lessons. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.